Uh, that is, when they say go for load, excuse me, for launch, excuse me, I'm just like, my brain is not ready.
I don't blame you, man.
Yeah.
This is some wild.
It seems like they are through the gate.
We're through the gate.
T30,
I
here we
see
go.
the venting from
Watch,
the
watch for the detonation suppression system and the fire action.
go for launch.
Go for launch.
Detonation suppression system is on. Watch out for the deluge and engine ignition.
T minus
On the other
15.
side.
See,
Yep.
yeah, see you on the other side, everybody.
Yep.
We are about 80 seconds into the seventh flight of Starship. I believe we can say we have 33 healthy Raptor engines as the booster is in flight and all the way on its way through max Q.
Oh, there's nothing like that, Adrian, when that sound hits you just after launch. And there it is. It's on its way uphill. You can see it turning into a star. This is my favorite moment.
This
Here,
is
a little bit. It's fantastic. We're T plus 1 minute, almost 50 seconds. Alex, you said it's 2 minutes to stage set? What is it, 2:15?
Yeah, around 2.5 minutes into flight. So we are 30 seconds away from that hot staging. 30 engines out of 33 will shut down. Then the ship engines will ignite. Clamps at the top of the hot staging ring will open, and the ship will fly away. The booster, meanwhile, will be flipping back to beginning its boost back burn and get back to the launch site. Remember, that when they decide whether to go back for a catch or not.
Here's the preparation for the ignition of the Raptor engines. You can see now this heavy venting that we see on Raptor engines right before they ignite.
I love it. Now,
You're going to see that when you come out the side, and then we'll get to stage separation. But they vent that with that CO2 to clear it getting out of there.
Shutdown of Raptor ignition.
and hot staging, look at that. Wow.
And the boost is
and
going to turn
Boost back
around
burn.
and right goes for boost back. Now,
It looks
right
like
now,
the engine is out on the boost back burn, but it's okay. They've done this before. It's okay. 12 out of 13 engines on the booster.
and they're making that decision whether to go for a catch, and they don't.
Yep.
They only need the 3 center engines, right, for the catch.
Yep. Only the 3 center sheet.
The ground systems are confirmed in catch position. We are waiting for the decision. That will usually happen after the shutdown of the boost back burn. That's somewhere where they will start to get to that decision
Looks like
point.
they're open boost return.
Go for catch, yes.
All right, here we go.
Three
Go.
engines and shut down.
So what you're seeing, those RCS thrusters
You can
pumping.
see, hang on,
to
you
make-
can see the hot staging ring is separated.
Oh.
Look at that.
Guys, I'll tell you what.
Wow.
This thing with Mark 1 eyeball.
Yep.
We
And
have
the
clear.
other cameras.
Yep.
EJ, not to worry about you, but that thing is coming back to you very close to your Mark 1 eyeballs very, very soon.
I saw the whole thing.
Yeah.
Clear as day.
You are
Unbelievable.
in for a spectacle. It's going to be quite a show. one of the things that I should mention though, again, I said it before, when we saw 12 out of 13 engines and that was confirmed, I saw a lot of F's in chat. That is not a that time we just pulled, go for the catch, right? So that is one of the things that we usually say, this has anything out capability.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there goes the hot staging ring, and just below on your screen, you can see it just below that puff of gas. You'll see the shiny bit, the hot staging ring, which changes the CG center of gravity of that, and there, go for a catch on booster 14.
Here we go.
And what they will do now is will perform very, very slight movement changes that will bring all the trajectory all the way very close to the tower already, which is the dunes. And at the last moment, they will then perform a divert maneuver to the tower itself. So basically, they will start to target a point just before the tower. And if everything looks good, then they will go over to the tower.
Get that thing coming at us.
Yeah, coming straight. That's coming
right for
Okay.
Look at the hot stage here down below.
Watch out for the engine section, because that's gonna get red hot.
Yep. That's still looking good. We have heard nothing of the contrary that they are not go for catch. Everything looks still go.
Dude, Adrian, it's approaching pretty quickly.
Oh god, yeah, it's coming.
Look at that.
Oh, this will be hype.
Come on.
There we go.
Glow. Oh,
We get the glow.
Yep.
there it is.
Watch for the landing burn. It will be quite a spectacle. The flamethrower.
Fly, baby, fly.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. Yes. Come on.
Wow.
Paper on it.
Whoa! Paper cone.
Come on, baby.
Come on. Light up. Yeah.
We got a light.
Let's go.
Come on.
Ooh, it's- oh.
Let's go! Wow!
Yes.
Once again, a catch, another.
Oh.
Wow!
Booster 14, you beautiful thing!
Oh.
And the amazing thing, the 13 engines ignited for the landing burn. So
Really,
they
Allie?
did not all 13 for the booster burn, but for the landing burn they did. That's amazing.
Oh.
Wow. Dude, we
That
heard
was
the
just-
sonic boom from the hot staging ring.
Wow.
So Adrian, Alice, we just heard the hot staging ring come in. It made a sonic boom.
Wow.
Went to Davy
Definitely.
Jones.
Oh, look at that, it's tumbling.
Oh my goodness.
Now remember, guys, this is just half of the flight. We still have a ship on its way. There it is on your screen. And we start the coast space where we start testing. They're going to start opening the payload bay. They're going to get a satellite deployed. The simulated satellites are even deployed. But look at that, booster 14 on the chopsticks.
Unbelievable.
Yes. Oh, my heart. The sonic booms.
I want to like.
Sonic boom.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's so much louder.
they
Wow.
were very loud. Wow.
In the hot staging sonic boom. Those are the loudest those have ever been. No,
Oh,
it is.
I- We have no
Oh,
words.
we've got
The,
hip hop team.
Might not have gone that well for the ship.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We're.
the ship is down to one engine.
Uh-oh. Wait, Adrian, do we know what engine it is?
It's a one vacuum, but apparently they no longer have data.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Okay. I guess we're- Yeah.
It seems like there were also some, Alex, there was some fire visible on one of the flaps, I think, right?
Yeah, one of the things that I saw, at least on one of the aft flaps of the hinge, there was a fire there. I'm not sure what was happening. I'm not going to venture to speculate too much, but I did see some flames, and I'm not sure what's going on. It's definitely looking not great.
Yeah. And remember, bought 2 ships, so this is new.
Yep.
Obviously,
Yeah.
we just got want to see, but this is all testing. We got booster 14 back, so we can have the conversations about booster reuse. But again, we're tracking what's going on with ship 33, and as soon as we get more information on the ship, we'll bring it to you. The tracking shot you saw during the launch was mostly from Dawson, who just nailed it all the way up and all the way back. Just fantastic
Unbelievable.
tracking. Really, really good. Alex, Adrian, have we seen anything else from our back channels about ship 33?
Not yet, but honestly,
Yeah.
it's not great. The fact that apparently they're not getting any data anymore, and we are lacking any sort of confirmation of any good news. They're still on the same data they had 1.5 minutes ago, and only one engine up there. So,
And when we're talking or right-hand corner, when he says they're seeing the data, you see the speed and the altitude, and then also the fuel load, that's supposed to be telemetry from the ship via Starlink, right? That comes down and shows us engine shutdown and so on. And when they lose that, that typically means off nominal flight data. That means something happened. But on your screen is booster 14 hanging off of the chopsticks, and we can look off the side of the building. There it is. It's right there.
I watched that thing hot stage. We could see the whole thing. It came down and landed. It definitely did it.
Yeah. So as Sawyer says, we're standing by for an update on the ship, and as soon as we get it, we'll report that. The sonic booms were bigger than last time. They hit. We were both saying, oh, look at that. Oh, if you could see what we see.
That's had some goodies for you guys.
I'm downloading it.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
we got some goodies for you.
yeah, that's crazy. Okay, guys, I'm gonna head downstairs. EJ, Adrian, Alice, take it. I will be back downstairs in just a second.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
we are starting our process of understanding what we just saw, and I think rewinding here a bit, the more and more I see it, I think there was a fire on ship 33 that maybe has just taken out the ship.
yeah. I'm looking back and I see one engine out, then more engines going out, and one of the onboard cameras were showing a fire on one of the aft flaps. Again, I don't want to venture to make any speculations, but that area where I see the flames is where one will expect those engine chill lines that they have now redesigned. And so I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm sure SpaceX will say anything official from what they gather. They're waiting also on more information as well as the launch teams and everything go through as well. Just to put it in perspective of when that telemetry stopped, 317 kilometers per hour, it should have gotten to about 26,000 more or less in the terms of the speed. The altitude was also pretty much in space, 146 kilometers. And so that's one of the things that we always want to see the ship getting to its suborbital trajectory out to the Indian Ocean. But right now, that telemetry stopped well before that.
Oof.
Look at that booster dangling though.
I
Look at that.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I can't stop staring at it. But I mean, Alex, we don't want to speculate, right? We obviously don't want to do that. We don't want to be like, oh, well, it was absolutely this. There was a lot of redesigned plumbing on this ship, right?
Come again?
There was a lot of redesigned plumbing on this ship. What is the way you call the vacuum? They vacuum insulated them, but what did you call them? What do we
Vacuum jacket.
transfer tubes?
Transfer tubes. have been redesigned. It's essentially like a total redesign of the ship, right? This was just like flying a new ship. Um, Even the method for building the vehicle, the barrel sections were modified, transfer tubes were modified, those engine chill pipes have also been modified as well. A lot of things were completely redesigned, and so yeah, if that actually happened, if a run happened, it was not that out of the realm of possibility, right? We sort of were
Yeah.
thinking, new ship, new version, it's still risky, right? Because they were not flying what they have flown lately. And so you have new things may happen.
Right? I mean, you get with the rapid iterative prototyping that SpaceX does, it's high risk, high reward,
And
what area you're on a very expensive spaceship,
you mentioned
There-
rapid prototyping, EJ, and I just can think about one thing. Yesterday we got the second Block 2 ship going out for cryo testing. Ship
Oh.
34 went out to Massey's just yesterday.
And you-
and so
the data
it's
from this one
literally-
gonna drive some changes there, right?
Yeah, it's right there. It's, the structure is already built. They need to install the apps, for example, but they are doing that cryogenic testing over the next few weeks. And so that's one of the other things that we'll see in the lead up to the next slide, of course. We're gonna see a lot of those fixes, whatever they need to fix. One of the other things that I should mention though, this could also be just a communication issue. Like sometimes this happens as well, that things happen around the vehicle, some of the communication systems fail and things like that. That sometimes happens as well. And you see things that might actually not be there. So we'll see.
I'll tell you, I mean, despite potentially Ship 33's demise, we had a clear view. Das is cooking up some real good stuff for you guys for the replay.
Yeah, and so it looks like SpaceX has just assumed that the ship has been lost because they've been trying, to regain that communications. It seems like it might not have been that loss of communication. It might have actually been a loss of the ship itself. And so that's one of the things that they are sort of, assuming right now, given the data.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's called rocket science, because sometimes it moves in ways you don't expect. And they got every piece of data they could before they lost telemetry with the vehicle. As we get updates, we'll know. But again, catching the booster gives them data as well. And they're learning every time they do this, whether we have an engine out, whether all the engines work, whether they're running nominally, whether they can land with an engine out, booster catch, et cetera, et cetera. Now, did you guys talk about that potentially because of this, and again, this is an unconfirmed, loss of telemetry or what have you, about the status of potentially Flight 8 when we get there with Ship 34. Do you think they're still going to they'll recycle this, or I think they're going to go for something different and more, and one more step toward that catch milestone of the ship? What do you think, Alan?
Well, one of the things that I think we're going to see is I'm not sure if we can maybe chime in on that status of the booster, because remember the ship, it seems like they might have lost that, but one of the key things of the future of Starship is that reusability. The booster has been caught, it's on the chopsticks, and so right now one of the things that we're looking forward is that safing of the booster, right? They're going to move it to the center of the chopsticks, they're going to put it back on the OLM, on that orbital launch mount, and get it saved. And so this is one of the silver linings of today's flight. They have learned a lot with that ship, of course. It's a new ship. They lost it, it seems like. And they're going to get a lot of data. They're going to fix the next vehicle on the line, that Ship 34, which is already preparing for cryo-proof testing. And one of the things is that they can reuse this booster probably, right? If they do that, then they get a free flight out of that. And so more flights, more data, more better. That's that's the usual motto that we have here at NSF, and that's how Starship program goes, right? Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win, and so that. Why?
hotels, and car hire. Book your entire trip in.
I'm looking here at the feed that we have there. It's venting from the bottom. We saw that as well. Probably purging some of those engines and whatnot.
There are no pieces falling from it,
That's definitely positive. Yep.
and it's not on fire, so that's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it a win. Well, it's gonna be interesting to see how quickly they can safe that, because they reposition it using the screws up on the chopsticks to get it close to where it was on liftoff. And then normally they have the alignment pins that help the boosters sit exactly where they need to. So they just kind of set it down, and then the quick disconnect attaches and what detanks it. I mean, how much fuel is left in this?
Probably about 100 tons or so, maybe 150 tons or so remaining, just based on that frost line and everything. But yeah, one of the things that I'm looking forward to as well, because for Flight 6, they said that they had modified a bunch of the tower and booster systems to fasten this sort of post-landing processing. So one of the things that I'm really looking forward to, because obviously in Flight 6 we had that booster offshore divert, and the booster did not land on the chopsticks, but today, as we see there, it's dangling off the chopsticks, so perhaps we're going to see those processes as, they save the booster and put it back on the overland.
Yeah, and there's still an active flight. Go ahead, Andrew.
I'm just looking at a bit of a replace here. At plus 739, the first engine falls out at ship 33, and after that you can see the methane load on the ship rapidly dropping. So I wonder if these events are somehow related and they have some sort of leak that sparks a fire. This is wild speculation mode, but we saw fire. A fire means there's an ignition source somewhere, otherwise you don't get a fire. And we see the methane tank dropping faster than the liquid oxygen tank. So that's the first observations here we're getting from watching the feedback.
So, I was going to make a joke. You ever think something in your head and you're like, hey, don't say that. And okay, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say something about all the work they did on the heat shield.
That is an interesting observation, Adrian, because I'm thinking about other things as well that are new on this vehicle, which are those transfer tubes. Those transfer tubes, when we talk about that, what do they transfer?
Well, methane.
Hey, and what of the...
And what just dropped methane, yeah.
Right,
But looking more and more, there is a rapid drop in methane. That's the thing, what is apparently happening. There's a rapid drop in methane, and the engines lose, like they go out one by one. So there might be some issue with either supplying the engines or with the engine itself or somewhere in that system, and that leads to the tank also losing methane. So
yeah, it's total speculation time here, of course, pending any official confirmation from SpaceX. That is one of the things that, sometimes it's just like you see things and it's like, maybe it's this. Of course, we are waiting again for that official confirmation. But it's one of those things that kind of makes you scratch your head and be like, maybe they are related. That's the replay. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is what happened. You can see there one engine goes out on the ship telemetry. You can see there one of the center engines goes out. And then if they go, there you can see that flap hinge, that fire there starting up. Then they switch to the booster having been caught, and then you can see more engines going out. Both on the same side, I should say. That's also an interesting observation as well, you can see that. And then the telemetry on the propellant graphic there, the CH4, that methane drops even further, and then we have another engine shutdown as well. So that's a replay of what happened.
And when the engine shut down, is that something the onboard computers are like, oh, this is off nominal, shut it down, or some other event
at
And it's
4:37
inside.
p.m. Central Time from the launch pad just behind us at Starbase Texas. Gorgeous ascent and successful stage separation. The booster pushed the ship off the ship disconnected during that stage separation. The booster came back for a successful, the second ever booster catch at the launch tower, which was pretty incredible to see.
Yeah, it was great to see the booster come down, but we are obviously bummed out about ship. It looked like we lost contact with it a little under 8.5 minutes into flight. That's roughly when you start to get to that main engine cutoff. We obviously need to go through all the data. It's going to take some time. In the next hours, days, we're going to figure out exactly what happened, come back, fly the next one, get even farther. Reminder, it's a test, it's a flight test, it's an experimental vehicle. So we'll figure out what ended our day today and make sure it doesn't end our day tomorrow. So as we do that, we're going to continue to provide you updates on our X account on SpaceX.com. So just continue to tune in there. As we learn what happened, we'll be ready to share.
Exactly. So for now, we are going to wrap up our webcast. We'd like to thank.
Yeah, so there you go.
Okay.
And now you know, when